Yo, what's up guys, I'm Niek from the Produce School and welcome back to a brand new video. In this video I'm going to make a melodic techno track in 1 hour in FL Studio. I'm just going to start from scratch and work my way up to a final product in approximately 1 hour, and I'm curious what we can come up with. In the video I will be using all of our own sounds from our sample packs, which you can find in the link in the description. And without further ado, let's dive straight into the video. So we are here in FL Studio and I already loaded in this punchy kick, which is a perfect way to start your track. And it sounds like this. So really short but punchy, and it leaves enough room to add like a rolling type of bass to it as well. And that's what I'm going to do right now. And for this specific style, I always like to use some of my favorite presets from the new pack Eclipse. And one of them is this one, which is basically a really simple saw sub. But it just works really well if you create like these short rolling notes. So something like this, just leave a little bit of space between every note. And this will just make it sound a little bit better. And now let's copy it into 4 bars. And let's see what it sounds like. And now let's try to find a proper note for it. And also decide which length we're going to go for. So when you make the notes just a little bit shorter, every note will be a bit more audible instead of it just sounding like one big sub. And this will also work better on bigger systems. So let's see at a kickstart. And also get rid of some of the highs. Let's not make it completely mono, as there is one layer with some voice of unison and that will not work really well. So what we could do is add a Maximus and turn off the compressor on everything. And then here in the low section, just make sure that it's 100% merged. And then your low end will still be in mono. Now try to find the correct balance between the kick and the bass, which is ultimately the starting point of your mix. And if that goes right, for me it's a lot easier to get a proper mix later on. Let's add a little bit of compression. Perhaps just use Attack Enhancer preset in FabFilter Pro, just for the ease of it right now. And let's add a little bit of distortion. Maybe this sounds better. I always just do this on gut feeling and maybe even change it later on. Let's move on to the next interesting part immediately, which would be like a gated kind of top lead, which is something you hear especially in those Anyma tracks, and I know a lot of you guys like the sound a lot, so let's try to go for something like that. Once again, let's get into the Eclipse pack and search for a lead that we can use for it. Let's see what we can do with this lead. Just play it, for example, for 2 bars on the same note as your bass note. And then drag it into a mixer track. And first get rid of the low end. Some sidechain. But the main part will be adding a gross beat to get that stutter effect. And it's really easy. Right here you have those trance gates. And if you just want to take a simple preset, you can take one of these instead of creating it your own, which you can also do if you have something specific in mind. But right now, let's just go for something like this, I think. Trance gate 3. Alright, let's see, let's open the cutoff a little bit. Let's add a little bit of OTT to make it a little bit more crispy. And of course add some reverb. Like this can be pretty big reverb. So right now it's basically, it sounds like something that could be used in future rave or something as well. But to really get that modern kind of thing, we have to play around with the cutoff and the pitch. So let's put it on to 3 semitones up, and then just let it move from the top to the middle like this. Now you immediately get that kind of sound that that's really popular right now. And of course, this is one of the most generic pitch bend automations, so you could try to do something a bit more crazy. Let's see. Wait, I forgot to put this on the correct setting. Okay, so this doesn't sound that good. Let's see. Maybe repeat this 2 times. Instead of having one long pitch down. Let's now merge these automation clips right here. Alright, we can do something like that as well. And perhaps we can add a peak controller to the reverb and make it bigger, so once the sound stops, you have a bigger reverb. So let's link the wet level to this peak controller and invert it right here. And then play around with the settings. Next, let's try to automate this gross beat volume mix. Let's just get rid of that thing in the end. We can do that later on. And then we can play around with how much gating you will have. So let's see. Let's drag that top lead to another pattern. Put it up 1 octave. Let's also make this lead a bit more stereo. So just use the stereo enhancer right here. And add some more stereo separation. Alright, maybe just a little bit of distortion on this as well, and then I think this already sounds pretty good. I'm not really sure about the reverb yet, so let's try to make it a little bit better. Alright, so let's move on to something new. I think this already sounds pretty cool. And maybe we can try to add something like a top bass shot to add some more groove. For this, let's open a Diva. And we're actually working on a new pack which is almost finished. And we have the Nova pack, so there is pretty much to choose from. This one works really well most of the times. So you have this lead with the stutter effect, which is kind of the A part, and then you want to have an answer, which is in this case a bass shot, for example. Could also be something like a vocal or something that you do with your drums, but let's just go for the bass shot. Let's get rid of the effects that are on it. And now try to make it sound a little bit bigger with some OTT. Just a little bit. Some decapitator. Get rid of the low end, like the sub frequencies. So keep some of the bass frequencies. Don't make the cut too steep. And now let's try to add some delay and reverb. And I really like this Echo Boy plugin for these kind of delays. But perhaps I want to add 2 delays. So first a short one and then one on top. But let's see, because it will take some time to get that right, because it can sound muddy as well. Also add some reverb. Maybe we can also link the velocity inside Diva to the cutoff. And then play around with that. So let's see. Some sidechain on it as well. Okay, so I'm not really sure about the sound yet. Also with the velocity thing. Let's first see if we can try something else. Maybe this one sounds really cool. Let's see if now our processing is still doing a proper job, because of course it's a different sound. Let's try to add a clap. And make the clap a bit more wide and add some reverb on it as well. So let's see. Add a head loop, just a driving head loop, basically supporting the rolling bass. And add a little bit of sidechain on it as well. Will just help to basically make the kick hit a little bit harder. Let's play around with the cutoff for the bass shot a little bit. I think we have a double, we have a double delay and reverb on it right now, which makes it sound a little bit messy. But this can be a little bit bigger. And let's also not forget to create an automation clip of the crow's beat lead, and then the cutoff automated like this, so it can be opened up a bit more, and that will make it sound much bigger. And you can play around with that by simply opening it up sometimes, and then, for example, when it hits for the second time, you just make it a little bit less opened, which creates some variety. Now let's try to add something like a top lead or top melody. And for that I want to lessen the cutoff of the gross beat lead in the second part of the drop. So let's just try to drag it down a little bit. And if that's not enough, we can even add like a manual EQ as filter. Let's open up a Diva and search for a cool plug or a lead, something that we can put on top of it. This one could work really well. This could work. We add like a fast note. Let's see what this sounds like. Alright, so still don't like the melody. Let's try it one more time with this sound. Alright, so I like this. Let's just leave it like that. Let's add a delay. Just a simple fruity delay will do the job. Let's set it to ping pong mode. A slide pen and also bring back the level. And then let's say put the wet to something which sounds good. Little bit of reverb. So the filtering of that gated top lead gives some room for this lead in the high and treble frequency area. Maybe this could work even better. Let's automate the cutoff and play around. We can make it a bit more melodic by switching the bass line right here. So let's make that unique and try some cool things. Alright, so that immediately sounds good. I guess. I should make it unique, and then put everything on the correct bass notes. So I don't know about this stutter kind of thing on top of it. Maybe if we get rid of the pitch bend automation, then it could sound good. Let's see. Alright, so quickly move on to some more drums. Let's add a snare. I just routed it through the same channel as the clap. And then some open heads. Something like this, just short and crispy, will do the job for sure. Let's add some down filters and sweeps. Some really big ones can really help to fill up that high area. Okay, so let's keep that filter open for the top lead just 4 bars more. And then just make the ARP move in a bit more slowly. Let's add a auto pen with Fury Panomatic and slightly make the ARP move from left to right. Alright, so next up, let's add something like a pad sound, which can also be found in our preset packs. And let's go for something like a saw pad. Something like this should work. Now let's follow the bass notes in the second part of the drop. And easy like that, you have a kind of a big pad sound. So let's add it into the track and try to blend it in. Let's automate the cutoff because we just want it to be gradually fading in. And let's extend the drop 4 more bars for an outro. Let's make sure those sweeps are there. And copy the kicks. Let's add some reverb to the sweeps to make it all like blend into each other a little bit better. Those pads sound really good, so let's put them into the build-up as well. So let's extend everything a little bit. So we have some room for a short intro as well. I don't know if I will make it to do the full arrangement thing, but a build-up, of course, is essential. So I think we can just go with the pad sound. And then slowly open it up. Alright, so something like that already gives a proper start for the build-up. Let's also take off the sidechain from the top lead. Let's add a fill, and we can put it here. And then we can like introduce it once again, so you have kind of a double build-up thing, but it's pretty common just to build some more hype, basically. And then let's search for something like an impact that we can use before the drop. This one works really well. Let's try to do something unique before the drop. Let's see. That sounds really cool. Let's also create a low cut automation. Alright, sounds really cool already. That pre-built kind of part is already pretty good. Let's add something like a riser as well, and then I think that's pretty fine. let's copy this bass right here. And then add a low cut filter to the bass. And also turn off the kickstart. And let's do the same for the pad. Just add a low cut filter. And with this filter, that lead will sound a little bit better. And I can see I'm already on 1 hour, so I will wrap it up real quickly. Just finish this build up, and then that will be it for this video. So let's just try to drag some more elements into the build up real quick, like some heads and maybe the clap. And then essentially I think this project sounds really cool, especially considering the time span. So let's see.
Connect your mind. Connect your mind. Error. Escape. This is a final call. This is a final call.
Maybe we can put this vocal in front of the drop.
This is a final call. This is a final.
That's sound.
It's the rise from system. Take me back, transcending space and time. Transcending space. Beyond the limit. We will meet. Beyond the horizon. We will meet. We will meet. Beyond the horizon. Beyond the horizon, rising. Beyond the horizon. Beyond the horizon.
Alright, so I will not do that vocal as it takes a bit too much time right now to fit that in. Let's see, let's drag some more effects in here and add an atmosphere underneath like the whole project, because those really work well. And last but not least, let's add some percussion. Just some simple ones to add some extra groove. Normally I would spend much more time to this, because basically it's the essential ear candy that just makes your track a lot better. Let's go for a percussion loop. And maybe that works. Alright, so that's it for this video. I'm pretty happy with the end result, and now I will play it for you guys one more time. So once again, pretty happy with the end result. As always, I'm giving away this project file to 5 people that leave a comment down below. So leave a nice comment and maybe you will receive this project file in your inbox. All the sounds used are from the Eclipse pack, which you can find in the link in the description. And also keep an eye on our socials for new melodic packs really soon. For now, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I see you guys in the next video.